Good afternoon and roll tide. We're going to start putting these heads back on this Kawasaki today. I don't know if I'm going to post this or not. I'm going to film it anyway, just in case. Let's see here. I guess we'll start with this one. I guess I could go up a little bit higher. And we are going to reuse the old head gaskets. I made a managerial decision, so to speak, since everybody seems to think it'll be okay. First, we're going to clean this up, get the grease off. I use a little brake clean. That's all I use. They're pretty clean. I don't have to scrape, grind it or scrape the gaskets off because I've already, it only ran about 5 minutes when I put it back together the first time. But if you'll see, and just in case anybody was wondering, in my other videos, I had the engine turned upside down when I took the pistons out, and I said the arrow was pointing down. Well, obviously I've got it flipped back up, right side up now, so your arrows will point up on your pistons on here, but no more play. Looking good, son. Go ahead and clean the head off. Just give it a good wipe. I've pretty much already cleaned it anyway, but just to get that oil off there. And now I got to figure out which head gasket goes where. I'm going to clean them up as well. Yeah. So it doesn't matter which one you use. They're interchangeable. You just got to get it to the right place. So I would tell you to take these guides out of the head, but they're still these little studs, whatever you want to call them. It kind of helps you line it up. I'm going to reuse the old intake gaskets too because they weren't on very long. So what I'm going to try to do, put that gasket, I'm going to put it on here just like this. And if you want a good close-up of the valves, they're good and tight. I'm just sitting out here on this gorgeous Sunday afternoon listening to a basketball championship game. Alabama's playing LSU. Expecting rain here tomorrow, so I'm going to try to get this back together today. Don't know if I'll get it back on the machine today, but at least we'll get most of the engine built back together. And we should be good. Now, remember there's 3 long bolts and 2 short bolts that go in this head. The 2 short ones go right here and right here on this side. So I'm going to try to get this in here and making sure that the head gasket stays in place like so. And I'm going to go ahead and just start me one of these in here to kind of hold it in place for me. Might do 2, a long one there and a short one here. These are 12 millimeter heads on these. I believe the torque spec's 19 foot-pounds, so we'll do it in increments. And we'll get this other short one down here in the bottom. Just kind of get it started good, get them snug down. And then I'll make sure that your head gasket doesn't slip. You should be good. Then you can go ahead and get the other bolts in. And then just go around and snug them all up. And then go to torquing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get all these on this side, and I'm going to get the head on the other side before I torque them down. You know, get everything up. Make sure that I got it looking like I want to before I start tightening too much. Now I'm not sure about these. I saved the valve cover gaskets too, so I'm going to reuse those as well. Like I said, we only ran this thing 15 or 20 minutes after I changed the valve stem seals on it last time. And yeah. Another long bolt right here. So I'm pretty much hoping that that'll work. I'm going to pause you while I go ahead and get these all in here, and I'll be back. All right, bringing you back for the other side now. Let's see if we can rotate this. Let me get my channel locks. Now another thing I'll let you guys know, I didn't show this on camera either, but it's a good idea, you know, once you get everything back together before you start doing all of everything I'm doing now, is to make sure everything moves good together inside your engine, that type of thing. Now I've still got the spark plug in the head over there, so I've got a little compression built up already. I can tell it's a lot better. But here we go. That's a good look at this side. No movement. Same thing, this is the other side. Wiping everything good, getting it clean. I would get the air compressor out, but I don't want to wake up my wife. She's still sleeping. As soon as I turn it on, it's going to start making a bunch of racket. So I did most of this yesterday. Just kind of going back over it because it did sit out overnight. All right, so what are we looking at? This one goes this way, just like that. Again, the locators are there and there and there and there and there and there. So hold on, I'm disoriented. It is early this morning. We did move an hour ahead. So there we go. We're on there good. When I was deciding if I were going to reuse these head gaskets, of course I asked everybody and they said it's okay. But these are kind of like a different kind of head gasket than goes on a normal Briggs and stuff, so I don't think it's going to matter. Like we said, it's not the space shuttle. Just be careful when you make sure you stay. Your head gasket stays where you want it. Like that. All right, on this side it's totally the opposite. The short one goes here and down here. We're going to start right there. Let's get you one started real good. You get the picture. I'm going to pause you again and then we'll move on to the intake manifold. Hello. Alright guys, I probably need to clean this up a little bit, but I'm gonna wait till I got it all on here. So now we're putting the intake manifold back on with the carburetor still attached. See how that goes. And I've got my bolts that hold all this on already here, because it was easier to keep up with it that way. Now, if all goes well, I'll be able to leave these manifold gaskets on here if I get lucky. I never get that lucky, but I might here. That's because I used that trick the first time I put a little high tack on there. Just a little bit to help hold them in place. See, I knew I wouldn't get that lucky because of this hose right here. This is where my video starts falling apart. There we go. Gotta get that breather hose back on there. Still not getting it working. Just being really careful that we get in the hole on the gasket like we're supposed to. Still kind of difficult. I know what to find in there. Alright, we're going to have to take this cover back off, this breather hose, and bring the whole hose with us, or I'm not going to be able to line it up just right. Alright, that's part of it. I had put it back together on there so I wouldn't lose the stuff. So we'll just take that all back off. Now without being able to get it in there. You kind of have to, you can't really start one bolt like that. You got to get it laid in there just right. There we go. Well, let me just take that bottom. I thought I was going to save myself a little trouble, but it's all right. We will conquer this little mess here. There we go. Point always, no shortcuts. There's no shortcuts, whether you think there are or not. It's just this bolt right here is hard to get in there because of your throttle linkage. And you get it lined up just right. You get those top two, and now you're good to go. See, everybody makes mistakes. Just gotta keep on trying to get it right. All right, I'm gonna pause you again. I think you've seen enough of that. Maybe. All right, guys, we're gonna call that a video for now. I've got to run out for a bit. So we got the intake back on and the heads. I haven't torqued anything down yet. I'll do that when I come back. I'm going to go ahead and get this one posted up. And I'll be back later on. Because I want to go ahead and clean this carburetor body up while I got it sitting like it is. It'll be a lot easier to do now. I probably should have soaked it and cleaned the carburetor anyway, but it was running fine when I took it off as far as the carburetor goes. And so I'm just not going to do anything with it right now. I may drop the bowl and take a look-see, but I know, in fact, I know it's in good shape because I had cleaned it earlier. It's just I didn't clean the body off of it and all that. Anyway, that's it for now. Later on, guys.